Hello and welcome to another video on the Wrestling Space and for another edition of AEW Rampage Out 10. It's a big show today. The show featured 4 matches and multiple major segments. Some big names in the show, including the World Champ, Chris Jericho. Like I say, it's just a big show this week. And we started things off with Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli of the BCC taking on the Butcher and the Blade. It started with a brawl with all 4 stars. Moxley battled with the Blade while Castagnoli chased with Butcher. The former RH World Champion whipped the Butcher on the guardrail. Moxley had the early advantage, but the Blade dropped him on the guardrail to stop his momentum. Inside the ring, Moxley hit a suplex before making the tag to Castagnoli. The latter hit a leg drop through a 1 count, but the Butcher and the Blade stopped him with double team moves to gain the advantage. Moxley finally got a hot tag and unleashed a flurry of offense. He hit a cutter on Blade and hit a suicide dive on the Butcher at ringside. The heels tried to stop Moxley with a double team move, but Castagnoli stopped him. The 4 stars then came face to face before the Butcher and the Blade unloaded on the BCC members. Moxley and Castagnoli then retaliated with 2 huge lariats. They hit some stomps on their opponents, and towards the end of the match, Castagnoli made a tag. Moxley hit the Death Rider on the Blade, and Castagnoli hit the Ricola Bomb on Butcher to pick up the victory. Post-match, Moxley and Castagnoli cut a promo about not caring who is facing them inside the ring. The duo then talks about not staying down when the going gets tough, and Moxley asked Castagnoli about Hangman Paige fake next week, and the Swiss Star said he was going to get stepped on. Overall this week gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Really a good opening match. Moxley getting the win. Good to see big stars on Rampage like that. It's just a really good match. So 7 out of 10. The JAS then came out for their promo. Parker started by saying the family is back together. Manal then said the faction is going to be together forever. And the JAS then hyped up Daniel Garcia as the man of the hour after his actions on Dynamite. The crowd were firmly behind Garcia. He then explained his betrayal, saying that sports entertainers are superior. Garcia added that he got distracted for some time and that he'll never be a pro wrestler again. He claimed sports entertainers beat pro wrestlers every time. Chris Jericho said that he had taught a lesson to Bryan Danielson before Dalton Castle and the boys came out to confront the JAS. Castle called Jericho a stupid little goose before further firing shots at Jericho. He said that the former RH World Champion, he challenges Jericho to a match on Dynamite. The Wizard accepts the challenge to win the match. Dalton Castle probably wasn't the person I was expecting throughout this, but Dalton Castle versus Chris Jericho, great opportunity for Castle. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be a really good match. And Daniel Garcia, part of the JIS again, really good promo from him as well. So good stuff. Then it was time for Anna Jay versus Nyla Rose. Both stars squared off in the middle of the ring. Nyla shoved Anna Jay's down, but Anna Jay came out with an elbow strike. After a brief back and forth, Rose hit 2 power slams on Jay before hitting a leg drop to get a 2 count. She then went to the cannonball in the corner, but Jay dodged. Nyla Rose then hit a knee strike on her opponent. Jay made her come back with a neck breaker for a 2 count. Towards the end, Rose hit a big boot and followed it up with a beast bomb to pick up the victory. Post-match, Cargo and the baddies came out to confront Rose, Guerrero and Shafir. Seems like we could be getting that feud, and definitely would like to see that because that'd be a great little feud. Gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Good stuff, decent match. Rose getting the wins, the right decision, and security stopped them, and Nyla Rose, Vicky Guerrero and Shafir escaped with the TBS title after the segment. Just kind of building up to that match, so I suppose. Classic kind of heel dynamic for that sort of thing, I suppose. Paige then took on Isaiah Cassidy. Paige got an early strike on Cassidy and continued to have the upper hand and mocked Matt Hardy, who was present at ringside. Cassidy made his comeback with a DDT from the middle rope on Paige, however only managed to get 2 counts. Towards the end, Cassidy took Paige out with a dive, but Stokely ran and stretched, and Cassidy then went for a swanton bomb, but Paige moved out of the way. This allowed Paige to hit the Ego's Edge on Cassidy to pick up the pinfall W. Post-match, Matt Hardy looked distraught as he and Private Party are now part of the firm. Interesting little storyline with Matt Hardy joining the firm as well as Private Party, which I guess is interesting to kind of fill the gap probably before Jeff comes back at some point, hopefully. Did its job, put Paige over, kind of a simple victory, did its job, I suppose, so not bad. And then it was time for our main event, Sean Spears and FTR versus the Embassy. Spears and Khan started the match respectively for the 2 teams. Both men squared off in the middle of the ring before Spears got the advantage and did his 10 gesture. Spears then unloaded on Khan in the corner before hitting a dropkick on Toalina on the apron. Brian Cage was tagged in and the Embassy were in control at this stage. He power stunned Spears for a 2 count and the latter tried to tag his partners, but Khan stopped him in his tracks. Eventually Sean Spears made the tag to Dax and he unleashed a flurry of offense as soon as he entered. He hit a big spine buster for a 2 count. At one point in the bout, Prince Nana entered the ring and the babyface applied triple sharpshooters on their opponents. Leona made the save for the heels. Towards the end, Kane tried to use the ropes in for the pinfall, but Cash Wheeler came in and stopped them. Harley recovered and FTR hit a double team move. Sean Spears then hit the C4 to pick up the victory. And yeah, post-match, Maria Kanellis, Bennett and Taven, aka The Kingdom, made their AEW debut. Maria cut a small promo that's proved to be a distraction for FTR and Spears. Embassy laid out an assault behind, and The Kingdom joined in. Joe and Wardlow finally came out to make the save, and the heels retreated. So yeah, chaotic end. And yeah, the Kanellises and Taven in AEW now. It's kind of surprising because the rumours were they could be heading back to WWE, and Kanellis and Taven going to WWE. So yeah, I mean, like, definitely surprising, but definitely not complaining about it. I think they could be a really solid addition. And yeah, that whole scene now looks very interesting with that interference. So yeah, good stuff. Chaotic way to end the show, but yeah, good stuff. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. Really good stuff. Rampage this week gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Yeah, I actually thought it was a really solid episode of Rampage this week. Fun, fast-paced action of wrestling, which is what you want from Rampage, and it's still what we tend to get. Some big names on the show: Moxley, the JAS, and yeah, the main event Chaos as well. All kind of progressing storylines. So yeah, I thought it was a really solid episode of Rampage this week, and more episodes like this, please. But anyway, guys, that's it for video. Thanks so much for watching. And to like, share, subscribe, don't stop comments down below. Follow us on Instagram for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to the channel. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.